Okay, Iron Nest. This is a heavy turret simulator where I think you have to like dial in most of the controls and everything by hand to shoot this turret at long distances. So our first mission is a calibration fire. Iron Nest has been commissioned. Pre-operational ranging is required before active deployment. A target has been designated by High Command for calibration purposes. Confirmation of fire accuracy is the sole objective. Oh, or I could click on it and I could read it full size instead of trying to read this little thing. Okay. Read, measure, calculate, load, rotate, elevate, fire. High Command Notice, Community Roll of Honor. In the full version of Iron Nest, the endgame credits carry the names of the operators who stood with High Command on Discord during the launch of version 1.0. Iron Nest was not built by two-man alone. Nick built the machine, Dominic spread the propaganda, but you operators kept the operation alive. High Command remembers. I don't know if somehow this music will be copyrighted, because the performance can be. High Command to Iron Nest. Begin calibration firing test. Plot your firing trajectory to target on the map. Fire high explosive shell at the target. So we're at H3. Target 1 is at Q4. Glory to Castile. Okay, so I said we were at H3. I'm gonna go cut this music just in case. It's a cool little thing, though. Okay, so we are at H3. Target is at Q4. Okay, so we get our bearing and our distance. Distance is 8.9 kilometers. Select 2 powder charges, okay. And, ballistic calculator, input distance to target. Oh, I think that just does it. Gun elevation, 53.4. Okay. That's turret rotation, gun elevation. Locked for loading. I'm supposed to... What's the order here? Measure, calculate, load, then elevate. Okay, where do I go to load? Oh, this must be like some kind of blast shield. Oh, is this where I go to load? Okay. Select shell. Yep, HE round, that's what we wanted. So we go ahead and load that. Okay, is that loaded? Dispense powder charges. Two powder charges, and then we ram those. Very cool. I'm guessing we're just firing the left gun this time around. I don't know. I don't know how we load the other one. Oh, it looks like there's a separate loading station. Okay. So... elevation of 53.4. Just realized I forgot to do something. I wonder if this is going to be multiplayer. All right, we got 53.4. And then we wanted a bearing of 267. .5. Hey, what's up, Kay? It's going well. We're just playing with big machines here. Hope you're feeling better. Nope. I think I broke something. Feeling better, but still resting. Yeah, I get that rest. 267.5. Yep. And we got 53.40. Fire mission confirmed. Shell type confirmed. Bearing confirmed. Ranging confirmed. Gun armed. But wait, that looks like the wrong way. Wait, no, I did everything right. I did everything right. yep, I just realized that. It was the bearing from the target to the turret. What I needed was this bearing. 87.4. Okay. Okay, guns locked for loading. We will cycle another HE round. Send it home. Two powder charges. Look at that big ol' artillery breach on there with the interrupted threads. There's something super cool about just seeing all of it move around you, all the machinery and everything. All right, 53.4. Bearing of 87.4. Yep, HE, yeah, fire mission. Shell type HE, bearing 87.4. Ranging 53.4. Gun armed. This is really spacious, it is. This game should throw in a random vernier scale somewhere just to screw with people. I haven't read one of those in forever. Okay, this looks more correct. This looks more correct. Are we doing it? I think I did it. Do I have a new... Oh, okay, so I didn't get exactly in the killing area. All right. So distance is actually 8.58. Two powder charges. 51.48. Okay. We want the bearing at 88.4. Max burst charge overpressure effect. Nope. HE round, that's what we want. Couple of powder charges. Slam them on home. Load the gun and re-elevate. Thanks for keeping you company while you do chores, of course. Thanks for being here. All right, back off a little to 51.48. Yep, that looks good to me. You got HE. 88.4. Not quite it, huh? Oh, it looks like maybe this is what we're aiming for. It's hard to tell. Didn't calculate for wind. Oh, wait, are we aiming for a civilian riot? Is that what we're shooting at? Okay, so the grid squares do... Yeah, 4-2. Okay, that's what we want. Yeah, so our training exercise is shooting at a civilian riot? And we are, 5-5? We are the baddies. Okay, 85 or 8.91 kilometers. $53.46. Okay. And 85.4. All right, reload. Get that HE round in there. Sorry if the audio just sounded weird. Little GPU glitch. Looks like we already hit a school, a hospital, and presumably somewhere around Command HQ. Oh no. Oh no. Becoming more turret than man. I mean, come on, the riot's probably dispersed by now, right? Like, they see these shells being walked in. They've probably gone home. Is it really necessary that we have to just outright hit them? E3.46. Okay, fire mission confirmed. Shell type HE, bearing 85.4. Ranging 53.46. Gun armed. It will be dispersed by HE rounds. Well, it looks like we got kill hits on what appears to be a hospital, a civilian riot, and maybe a police station. So the real thing that angles above 45 degrees still make projectiles go farther. You know, of the ballistics I know, that's not one of them. So I don't know. Because I never dealt with ballistics where you're aiming like above any significant amount. Calibration confirmed. Iron Nest is combat ready. Stand down and await operational orders. Retire to your bed and get rested. Victory depends on your readiness at any time. Glory to Castile. All right, where's my bed? Okay, let's get nice and rested. Monstrous strike on Mercy Ward. Anti-monarchists detonated a bomb in the hospital's entry courtyard, murdering 163 and maiming over 300 citizens. A brutal atrocity meant to shatter the very heart of Castile. The attack occurred during visiting hours, which has been described by the king as particularly unsporting. So they're using us as a false flag. We can see this is presumably 1927. Fire and light. Intelligence has identified an anti-monarchist element operating within the city. Separately, High Command has scheduled a celebratory illumination over the Royal Palace to mark the General's peace initiative. Iron Nest has been assigned both operations. So this is why we have two guns. It's gonna be real important that we load the HE and the flare in the right tube. A hostile element has been identified within the city. Triangulate the target position and destroy it. HE only. Check adjacent typewriter for field reports. Adjacent typewriter. Oh, this one. Okay, so let's find spotter number 1 is M3 1 dash, no, N8 5 dash O. We'll call this, what did we say, N8 5 O? N850, and with a bearing of 82 degrees. Okay. And spotter number 2, M315. With a bearing of 54. That looks like a little village. Why do I get the feeling we're bombing a little village? Iron Nest is H355. $65.9, 13.08 kilometers. This is a little bit further, so I'm gonna go with 4 charges on this one. 39.24. And I think they said HE only. HE only. HE round. Forbidden Mentos. All right, we're looking for 65.9. This one's gonna overshoot for a while. $39.24. Fire mission. Shell type HE. Bearing 65.9. Ranging 39.24. Gun armed. Send it. Number of times you would have said, close enough. This is really tickling my precision machining background. That mean I got it? 2 additional hostile elements have been identified in the recon photos. Destroy both before proceeding. Be nice if I could hit both. We're gonna aim for 5-3 and see if the splash damage will get this other one. We're looking at 12.86. .58 elevation. HE. Four powder charges. Send it on home. .1. .58. Shell type HE, bearing 68.1. Ranging 38.58, gun armed, lock, and send. I think I did hit both. A second fire mission is now authorized. High Command orders starbursts over the Royal Palace. Star shell only. This is a non-combat operation. Fire in the vicinity of the coordinates below. A ground observer will mark corrections directly on impact recon photos. Adjust and repeat fire until High Command confirms satisfactory burst position. So curious what happens if you HE shell them. I'm really tempted. This is not beep. I do Kenshi on Saturdays and Sundays. Variety during the week. Maybe this is also a ploy and Star is an even worse bum. All right, so let's see here. We're looking at bearing 268 from spotter number 1 and 4.99 kilometers. .268, 4.99. Make sure to let the spotters get you on target before you load the HE rounds. Let's see. Want to be touching tips right here. I do have this fresh HE round in the chamber. But load the flare and make sure we're on, and then if we get the chance to go to bed after the flare work is done, I'll send an HE to the same, although we may have to adjust for different weight of projectiles. 4.44. Single powder charge ought to do. Calculate elevation of 53.28. Would make a formidable villain. 1 powder charge. Roll it and send it. While I get our bearing. Almost landed right on it. 12.9. And we need 53.28. Okay, let's see. Fire mission. Yes. Shell type star. Bearing. 12.9. Ranging 53.28. Gun armed. Lock it, pop it, send it. Distance 4.99 kilometers. That should be right. From spotter 1. It wants me to go another 4.4 kilometers. All right, 5.75. We'll do a 2-charge operation. 34 degrees. Got another star flare in there. Bearing 324. Imagine being in town waiting for the fireworks and you see them explode 4 kilometers outside of city. All right, so we want to go to 34.5. All right. We got fire mission, we got star, we got bearing 324, ranging 34.5 degrees. Zip it and rip it. Starburst position confirmed. Fire mission complete. Stand down until further orders. We could. We could. Or... .84, 2 charges. Do I even have any HEs? I thought I had a spare one. Let's see. Yep. HE, here we go. Now, I bet we're gonna find out that that's like the fake palace. And it was a trap. And this is how they're like honeypotting me. They're testing my loyalty. But I gotta give it a shot. .04 elevation. Yep. And shell type confirmed. Bearing 324.9. Ranging 35.04. Gun is armed. Hello, High Palace. Oh, maybe I was supposed to aim here. I think so. They don't seem to care that I've just craterized part of the city. Well, that is their problem. It'll buff out. All right, 4.76. Yeah, 2, why not? 28.56, all right. Three 28.5. 28.56. And let's give her a go. 3, 28.5, 28.56. They, don't seem to have cared. Next question is, can you shoot it yourself? I think we're gonna go to bed and see if, like, we get some story thing, but... A night of celebration marred by atrocity. On an evening set aside to honor the general's continued pursuit of peace, the anti-monarchists remind us all that no such pursuit concerns them. Their only correspondence arrives written in the blood of innocence. For 3 years, the general has extended every olive branch available to him, and for 3 years, the brutish rebels have returned the branches aflame. As His Majesty the King honored the general's dedication to peace with a medal, the anti-monarchists desecrated the ceremony with artillery fire upon a civilian quarter. One wonders when the general's patience will find its limits. For sale mystery meat freshly landed this morning. Okay, so maybe it seems like they're just spinning what I did as a act of the anti-monarchists. Oh, you can get different challenges. Completed the mission with minimum rounds expended. Anti-monarchist forces have maintained an occupation of Ciudad Real. High Command has ordered the city restored to the crown. Iron Nest has been repositioned to support the operation. Requisition procurement is authorized to meet operational requirements. Buzzword, buzzword, buzzword. Why do I feel like I'm swaying? Am I on a ship? Okay, well, I guess we must do the needful. Oh, we were in the process of repositioning. Okay. The city is to be cleared of hostile elements. Destroy 5 hostile infantry units within the designated urban sector. Requisition console is authorized for ammunition and powder charge procurement at your discretion. So we're at I-653. We have Spotter 1 E1080. We have Spotter 2 K734. Spotter 3 is B242. Okay, bearing 216 from Spotter 1. And 266 from spotter 2. That'll be infantry 1. Then we have 256 from spotter 2. Another hour gone by already, I know. 256. And 345 from spotter 3. Where's 3 again? That'll be infantry number 2. And then this one's going to be interesting. 3.02 kilometers from spotter 1. But in what direction? And 6.41 from spotter 3. I've had to guess. And what was the other one? 3.02. Feel like I'm pretty on the money here. We'll call it somewhere like here. Okay, we do have that ad break, so I'll be back in just a minute. Thanks for hanging out. We're gonna see if we can direct these fires appropriately when I return. All right, well, time to get started with some of these fire missions, I suppose. Start with number 1. The distance of 6.02, 2 powder charges. This must be the requisition terminal, so we have 100 credits. Alright, that'll be a start. Make sure we got some HE going out. Oh, you can set the bearing here. 274.8. HE. Not a huge King Gizzard fan, but YouTube was like, hey, new music video, and that's about the sum of your day. Glad you got something to enjoy. I haven't listened to too much of their stuff myself. Pop 1, 2, powder charges. Hello, Stoner Fuzz. Welcome in. Two 274.8. And elevation, we're gonna want about 36. Oh, look how close I was. 36.16 against 36.12. All right. Yep, that seems right. Confirmed. Shell type HE. Bearing 274.8. Elevation 36.12. Gun armed. See how we're doing. Holy heck, I didn't know. Okay, got that one. Forward observers report a probable enemy ammunition cache across the river. Priority target designated. Priority, conduct recon flight over grid P4, confirm position, then neutralize with AP ordnance. Recon plane requisition card has been issued. Present card at requisition console to authorize overflight. So we want a scout plane. Ooh, those are expensive. Okay. We want it at P4. And then we're going to want, we need an AP shell. But in the meantime, let's get ranging target 2. Okay, there's P4. Here's target 2. Pulls the lever and the whole world shakes. Okay. 7.93. Bearing 260.1. HE shells. So we're looking at 47.58. Okay. Toss an HE in there. 2 powder charges. Load them up. $260.1, 47.58. Now, I think the real efficiency thing is if you have multiple targets, you can load one of these and be setting, while it's setting the elevation, you can be loading the other. $47.58. All right, fire mission HE, bearing 260.1, ranging 47.58, armed. Oh, it looks like we got something else over here as well. The whirring is real. All right, so I've destroyed infantry number 1, 2, and 4. I did hit a friendly hospital. This is what it feels like to watch sports. Why is that? All right, so I just need infantry number 3. Don't know what this is. Heavy turret sim, so kind of tower protector. I wouldn't say we're protecting too much, but we are operating a heavy turret for high command, which means we have to operate all of the equipment. 3.1. We can do with a lower powder charge. We have a bearing of 284.6, and elevation of 37.2. One charge, roll it and ram it. $284.6. $37.2 ought to be about here. That was pretty close. 36.79. Yeah, 37.2. Roll it and ram it. Wallace and Gromit's distant cousins. Shell type HE, bearing 284.6, ranging 37.2, gun armed. Oh, it's the other direction. Gotcha. Okay. So from here, we need to go... It was 3.1, so we need to go 6.76. I'm gonna call it about there. I might need to requisition another HE round. There's a gun building warehouse. That's not the right terms, but every now and then you hear them testing ordnance, and this is actually what you're going to think is happening when you hear big booms from now on. Did I just order another AP? I meant to order HE. Yep, that's AP. How about we order the right ammunition? There we go. All right, aiming for 40.56. Hey, boss, where do you want us to put the massive stock of action points? Shell type HE, bearing 286.1, ranging 40.56. Okay, we want to go 0.41 kilometers this way. Actually, that shows us well enough. Warning shots. They should be sufficiently warned by now. Well, I'm not gonna get any medals on this one because I am using more than is necessary, but... Alright, we got another HE round. Let's go. Yep, 40.38. Drop 2 powder charges in there. I like how stuff gets all loose and, like, overpressured. Like, I don't even know if this is affecting anything, but I feel like I oughta... Is there a compass on the map you could use for distance? I mean, when I draw the pen, it'll do that. What is this down here? That just looks like some other location. All right, like they're designating as enemy. 40.38. $89.4. Good catch. It's probably my house. Man's in his warehouse like, oh, I guess those are enemies. Infantry number 3 destroyed. So what I don't have still is an infantry number 5. Oh, no worries, Cemetery Chick. You never have to apologize for anything like that. All right, so we got some AP rounds. AP. And we'll come over here, delete this line, delete that, delete that. Forget about love potion number 9. I'm guessing I'm supposed to fire over here for the other infantry. All right, 6.9. AP, bearing 106. Change the target type too. $41.4. Got some AP. Boom, powder charge. Boom, powder charge. Is it noisy enough for you? Is there enough mechanical noise happening? 41.4. Okay. Fire mission confirmed. Shell type AP. Bearing 106. Ranging 41.4. No, I've never been to Boise. Okay. Destroyed, additional requisition granted. So all I need is infantry number 5. Believed active in friendly urban sectors. So not... This is not friendly. So... The only other friendly urban sector I have is in sort of this area here. Now, I could... Oh, wait, what's this? Ah, that might be them indeed. Okay. At this point, you're imagining some sort of god put this character here and he single-handedly keeps the war machine whirring. Well, we're doing this for high command, and everything that we've blown up so far has been blamed on the anti-monarchist rebels, so I think everything is not as it seems. Kind of unsettling how detached the player is from the massive devastation they're taking part in. It's reminding me of another game in that regard, but I'm not sure what. Minecraft? Surely it's Minecraft. This is Minecraft, but homie is just the trigger and has no real clue why, but it's a living... Wait, I know what it reminds me of. Do you all remember when we played that game Unfair Horror? That was like a collection and anthology of different games. And there was one where you literally played Battlefield, but it was with like apartment complexes on 2 different sides of the city, and you had to represent your district and try to like eliminate the other one first. That's what this reminds me of. Okay, so we want to go back to HE. I'm assuming they have different ballistic properties. Space Monkey, thank you for resubscribing again today. I don't know how that works, but thank you very much for doing it. I appreciate you for being here for so long. Apparently your sub just expired. Hey, well, thank you very, very much. There's another 6 months in advance. Oh, I really appreciate that. Thanks to everybody for being here and supporting. $259.2. Wow, 3 1s, but you also got a 10 and a 9. That's like the definition of min-max. I already do all that? That doesn't seem right, but I guess I did. I guess I just got the number? Well, I mean, the gun appears to be locked and loaded, so let's send it. HE bearing 259.2, ranging 41.4, gun armed. Yeah, it looks like it's going on the right path. Okay, so I need to go another 1.46 kilometers. Oh, okay, I didn't update the distance. That's what the problem was. 8.36. All right, let me requisition another HE. We'll do this right. Knew I felt like I was skipping something. Oops, sorry, I had a brain fart. Yeah, okay, 50.16. That seems more correct. I think it's all the blasts are making me a little... I'm having a hard time concentrating. I hope I'm issued earplugs. Alright, we want to go to like 50.16. You would surely be deaf after the first shot, and anything that can deafen you in one shot is really bad for like your brain and your eyes and like your everything. It would be really fun if this was either co-op or competitive. Sector cleared. Local garrison will consolidate from this point. Stand down until further orders. Glory to Castile. All right, time for bed. Listen to the sweet sounds of ringing in my ears. Where is my bed? There it is. This is what's happening inside the worms on Worms 3D. The Royal City reclaimed. Ciudad Real, November 18th. The Royal City is restored to the crown this morning as the general drives the anti-monarchist occupation from its streets. The city, His Majesty the King was pleased to learn, is almost majority intact. Almost majority intact. What else do we have? The Sierva Autogyros delivered Ciudad Real. Artillery observation units have been credited for their decisive actions in the liberation of Ciudad Real, marking what military observers are calling the first genuinely practical application of aircraft in warfare. A source in military intelligence described the aircraft as a significant advancement in the science of knowing where things are, and notes that this provides a critical first step in blowing things up. Windows are replaceable. Loyal citizens are not. Stand near the wall. Castile calls, you will answer. Those who answer the call voluntarily will be remembered as heroes. The general encourages you to be remembered as a hero. Oh, there's even more to this campaign. Enemy forces have been caught mid-resupply in an exposed position. No counter-battery threat has been identified in the sector. High Command has authorized engagement at Iron Nest's discretion. Okay, so you'll see me get to plot it. Oh, chill mode. This is a replayable sandbox mission. There is no end. There is no objectives. Okay. Okay, then in that case, I think we will go ahead and wrap this up. But this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this. It's like the ultimate wargaming. Like, you get to move around little pieces on the tabletop and draw lines and measure angles and stuff. And then you plug it into the computers. And I love seeing all the mechanical parts work. You know, I love watching the artillery breech close and all the different, you know, like worm gears and rack and pinion and everything. Just the mechanics of it all. It's really cool. And I think this is made by 2 people. I mean, just, it's got a really cool vibe. I'll definitely be looking forward to more of this as it releases. I don't know why, but it was kind of a little bit zen. It's just like problem solving plus explosion. That was a lot of fun. All right. Yeah, we have, notes from them here. I expected making Iron Nest would be a solo obsession. I was wrong. I've never felt more connected to so many people who love the same strange, specific things I do. Thank you for building this with me, Nick. I'm better at speaking as High Command than speaking as myself, but today I just want to say this: thank you. Every operator who joined us, supported us, shared our work, and answered the call to mobilization. You are making this dream real. Iron Nest is more than a game now. What you've built around our game is still beyond anything I can fully comprehend. And I'm genuinely grateful to every single one of you. Not as High Command, as me. Glory to the operators, Dominic. So they have a Discord, and you can wishlist on Steam and all that. And if you're watching on YouTube, I will go ahead and I'll put links in the VOD for after the stream for people who see it.